Once I've had 3 beers with me, I like cops. I'm watching a scene from NYPD Blue, and I'm crying drunk in a truck. And I'm like, I know what these cops are going through. How can anyone hate the police?
I didn't start beating the shit out of other men until I was in a relationship. I think that the minute you get some you immediately hate other men.
Oh, best burn has been the kids just Google Street viewing each other's homes. Just roasting their houses.
I'm Cody Troutman, and this is my podcast, The Cody Trout Pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the Cody Trout Pod.
Woo!
Today, we have
We're
3
here.
roommates on, also a sketch comedy group, also 3 virile straight men.
Very strong.
Now,
Very straight.
And most of us.
point of order, fact or fiction? Caden, you masturbated right before this.
Can't fiction be factual?
Can't by definition, no. But
You don't have to finish.
that's true. Maybe it was just a little edge.
Yeah,
sesh?
you didn't have to finish.
I have to finish.
You have to.
I have to
Gooning,
finish.
you don't have to
It's
finish.
not-
You just be
Otherwise it
like,
doesn't
in the
Officer, we got it.
Yeah,
He has to
he has to finish. So
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping you did because I was afraid if you came over here testicles full, we'd be in danger.
very
So,
dangerous.
I did say in the group chat I was doing it for y'all.
I appreciate
You
that.
were in
Safety
danger,
first.
and then I addressed the issue.
Good, thank God. I wore my Harvard shirt today because it's gonna be a real intellectual podcast.
You're for sure about that.
so let's just start off with
something.
something light and casual. Israel Palestine. How do you think that affects the geopolitical landscape of Eastern Kyrgyzstan?
I'm gonna be real with you. I like that they say it in alphabetical order. Israel and then Palestine.
Oh, yeah.
Always, it's the I and then the P.
That is true.
Yeah.
You're a teacher, so that matters.
Sometimes.
that's not my actual question. But
no,
you guys are all roommates.
Yes, we are.
You live together. You do comedy together. You make sketches together. So you guys are together a lot.
Very much.
Do you guys always get along pretty good, or is there ever fights among the ranks?
There was early fights.
Early fights?
Yeah.
About what?
Just like how things should be at a house.
It's more so just like getting down to like proper communication and what's going on, and because 9 times out of 10, it's that person's not a total piece of shit that hates you.
Yeah.
This is just a circumstance where here's a thing that's in the way, and you're like, I didn't put it there. I didn't want that to be there. I shouldn't have gone there.
I have a dog, and he shits in the house sometimes. and
Oh, that's tough.
so I'm the one that. Sorry, guys, I got this covered. Hold on, just make sure.
Yeah. He actually barfs more in the house than he poops.
Yeah,
these
it's just in
days.
his box when we leave him for too long.
Yeah, and I
Which
mean,
doesn't
I would.
happen very
When the
often.
dog shits in the house, does Caden get jealous? He's like, hey, I shit in the house.
I wouldn't describe it as...
That's my thing.
It's not really jealous. I just get like really hungry when he does.
As soon as he smells it, we open the
Yeah.
front door and
I
we're
mean,
all like,
you
oh no.
Now,
Caden's like,
gets-
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
if we were talking, since we're talking about hierarchy and Waylon's been brought up, Waylon knows that.
Is that the dog's name?
Waylon, yeah.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Waylon knows that his relationships with everybody in here in the home goes Zach first, me close second, then Waylon's important. Then it goes him who's important. And then Caden's new.
Caden is new, and Waylon knows that.
And and he knows it, and it's wild funny to see.
I
him
truly
get
feel
punked by the
like
dog.
with all my interactions with Waylon, he just views me as another dog. I'm not even a human. He just comes up to me and I'm eating, and he's like, well, I should be, it's feeding time.
Yeah.
This guy's eating.
Yeah. What are you doing eating meat and I'm not eating
Every
meat?
time. Yeah, that's his
You're
whole thing.
first eating meat and I'm not first eating meat? This is all wrong.
Anytime he sees any of us eating meat, he's like, I'm a good piece. Come on, man.
Do you ever give him some?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting bulked up.
Yeah.
He's going to be a beefcake.
I feel like he's a pretty strong dog.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. You look at his muscles and you're just like, good God, look at his back, man. That's what I'm going
He's
for
like a
right
shark
there.
with legs.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy looking.
You go to the gym and like talk with your trainer, and he's like, "Do you have any like fitness goals?" You show him a picture of Waylon.
I mean, that was when
How do we get that definition?
when you see him move around, you're like, if I just had that, in sports. Could have went pro, man.
Like, I am willing to be on all fours. I am willing
If
to
I
do
had that at 2 years old, oh my God, where I'd be right now.
I promise you though, you could look on the internet and find it, and some guy would be like, "No, that's the key, dude. How do you think Usain Bolt runs so fast? He acts like a dog when he's at home. When he's home alone, he's on all fours."
I swear, some of that like red pill alpha male sigma shit, it goes like off the deep end.
Yeah, that's the extra bone in the ankle and all that. Yeah.
Like, it starts with like the entry point is like, hey man, you should stand up for yourself. But then you get like too deep in it. It's like, here's how to translate a crop circle. It's like,
exactly.
What happened?
Like, you're gonna need to buy these big bags of feed from us.
The survival buckets. always leads to that.
This one's
my
rice. This one's cheese rice.
Yeah, it starts out as like, hey, make sure in society, you know, we got to protect masculinity. Then it's like, Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard and he's raping your family.
I remember my aunt
He
showing
looks
me
really
videos. Cool. Did you see his eyes blink? Yeah. And I'm like,
It is a sideways blink.
it's clearly photoshopped. Beth, I'm telling you.
Did you say your aunt?
Yeah, my aunt.
Your aunt's been red pilled?
Yeah, a long time ago.
That's badass.
Before people called it red pilling, she was telling me about the lizard people and then flat Earth and the moon's not real and all
They were
this.
going around there
Family
like,
comes pre-red pill. They're like, finally, people are talking with what we've been talking about.
they're like, dude, we have to watch out for Jim. He got Zach's aunt.
Okay, you said the moon not being real. Have you guys seen the movie Moonfall?
Moonfall.
It came out just a couple years ago.
Oh, someone keeps telling me to watch this.
Dude, I will say,
Yeah.
it is. This is like a hard movie to review. I would say it is objectively terrible. I will say that. Also, one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, someone else.
It
Yeah,
is
okay.
incredible.
I gotta check it out.
I've watched it like 3 times. I watched it on a flight for the first time, and 30 minutes in, I was like, "This is the stupidest piece of media I've ever seen," and I am enraptured. I told the flight attendant, I said, "Do not disturb me the rest of the flight. I'm locked in."
Is this the one where there's like aliens on the moon?
They're in the moon.
In the moon.
Yeah, they're
Aliens
in the moon.
Okay.
In the moon's like a ship, right?
It's a mega structure is what they call
So
the
this
movie.
is a documentary.
Yes. So
It's the truth.
it was just filmed by the International Space Station crew, and they wanted to release the footage, so they marketed it as a Hollywood picture to get it through the
they
corporate
tell you.
overlord. Yeah.
Slap some credits on it and send it to Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
They're like, we're going to expose the truth and make some money. This is
That's
big.
fantastic. Okay. All right. Cool. We got something to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so as roommates, I want to know, like, because now I'm roommates with my parents again. So it's
Which are
I just have to,
arguably
like,
some of the best roommates you could have.
they really are.
Well, sometimes when they're alive.
Well, if you have an upstairs.
Yeah, that would have been worse.
Or there could be an argument if they are dead, they're even better roommates.
Honestly, he's been quiet.
It's the resuscitating thing that's the problem.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like, listen, you got to pick one. You can't be going back and forth.
Sorry.
Zach's dad had a case of the super sleepies at random.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard that Dusty Slade bit? He's talking about like he had a mortician at one of his shows, and he was wondering how long bodies stayed warm, and this old lady was like, longer than you'd think.
Way longer.
And Dusty Slade was talking about, he's like, man, if you think I'm dead and I'm still warm, shake me. I sleep hard.
I sleep really hard. I sleep hard. Dusty Slade.
So as roommates, is there one of you that's like the messiest or the noisiest?
I would probably be the loudest. I'm playing shit all the time.
I snore the loudest.
Oh,
What are you, sawing logs?
Yeah, like if I fall asleep on the couch, I'm a menace. You know.
Yeah, you can hear it through walls.
okay.
it's-
Zach, turn off these lights.
Dude.
Close your eyes.
Give
I'm
me
willing to
4
wait
minutes.
I'm willing to wait an hour. I wanna hear
It is no joke.
It's bad news,
Yeah.
bears.
I remember telling him, like, I went camping with him and was like, before I like moved in, and I was like, hey bro, you might need to like get like a CPAP machine or something.
I got one. I gotta get it repaired.
How'd you break it?
It's just they get old.
They
and
get dirty.
dry,
You really just need to get a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, if you're gonna like expose yourself to like a lot of air from a machine, you want that thing to be pretty clean.
Yeah, you'll just get sick all the time.
Like a vape.
Yeah, and honestly,
No.
that's you're thinking good things. There should be an adapter to a CPAP when you wake up in the middle of the night to just rip it in to your
blue
veins.
That's what Zins are for.
Yeah.
You put a Zin in and then just fall asleep. And then you just,
Swallow it. Who cares?
no, I never.
Can you?
I
Can
wake
you
up.
swallow?
I wake up and they're just right there, and I just take it.
Trusty
There's
little
multiple.
man.
No, there's just one.
Zach sets his alarm every 2 hours. He pops up, switches out, goes back to sleep.
It's usually I forget.
inside.
I'm like, I want to enjoy this right before bed, and then I just fall asleep.
You're like, I want to enjoy this right before bed, and then you also enjoy it at breakfast.
yeah, it's still working. I wake up, I'm like, nice.
Wake up, it's all like stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Oh, that's the worst. If you slept with your mouth open and it's dry, you got to sit. You're like, oh god, this is so bad.
So
That's just another tooth at that point. It's all white and square, stuck up in your gums.
Yeah, it's a third tooth.
There's a moth in my throat. As far as mess goes, it's like it varies. It changes. I mean, we're all pretty together in a lot of things when it comes to like getting shit clean.
Yeah.
When we're like, okay, we don't want to be the stereotypical, monster house. And
Like a frat house.
Yeah, that's not the jam. It's an art house, right?
Ooh, I like
and
that.
so in the garage, there's like a lot of cool tools and stuff to do, projects with.
And he just recently made that dope as fuck.
yeah, just
Nice.
set it up.
Cody Lee gave us some lifting equipment.
Yeah.
And
Well, he ain't using
Big
it.
Cody.
You can tell I said that. That's funny.
He can watch this.
fat
He's gonna
guy.
be a cop.
Yeah, he's gonna be a cop.
I do really like him. I don't want
we
to
do
get
too.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
fuck that
love
guy.
bullying him. I've been bullying him since
Oh man.
what, at 10th grade? Yeah.
Yeah, and he asks for it in a lot of cases. It really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hooked us up with like a squat rack and a bunch of weights and stuff.
Nice.
And so I was like, well, this is a nice place to look like a complete asshole lifting weights. Like, I don't want to, at Crunch, it's great. That's the Crunch. Shout out to Crunch.
It's our gym.
The captain?
Yeah, yes, the captain. That's where I'm working out at. It's very crunchy.
Sometimes they glue that cardboard tight. You get the forearms and the shoulders involved popping open that box.
I got a special 2-kilo spoon. I'm really getting these forearms fried.
That you ever heard of like negative calorie soup?
Oh yeah,
Like it's like just made out of like celery and water.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Well, anything can be negative calorie soup if the spoon is heavy enough.
That's right. Yeah. Like, pick it up. Pick it up.
You're working out too.
Imagine it's
in
a
the chocolate fountain at Golden Corral. You're like, no, I'm cutting, baby.
it's a fork. You're like, I love spaghettis. I love my fucking hand.
Dude,
Arthritis.
I watched a 14-minute YouTube video the other day of a Chinese guy eating water with chopsticks.
Oh yeah.
It was riveting.
Just like
Dude,
fast.
have you seen,
Yeah.
have you
Yeah, I
seen
think
a
I've seen
white
it.
kid?
Oh, God.
Have you seen a little ginger kid eat all that red dye?
no, oh no.
Yeah, he like feels like a fish tank with red dye, and he's just like,
Oh my gosh.
Somewhere, RFK is seething. He is watching that and he is losing his mind.
yeah, dude, it was so brutal.
Damn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I,
need to
I like me some time lapse. I love me some time lapse.
What if that
Oh,
guy?
so funny.
That guy got all the red dye left, and he was like, "All the autism, it's mine." I'm gonna have so many
By the
good
time I'm done,
ideas.
I'm gonna know where every train is.
When that's illegal, that's for sure happening. Some guy's gonna be like, "I've got all the red food dye and the high fructose corn syrup. Who's trying to buy it from me?"
Smuggling it.
He's gonna be like, hey brother, I got a red 40 over here.
He's like smuggling it.
He's got a little bag.
Hey, there you go.
All right, guys. Here's
Did you
what I
say
figured
red
out.
fort?
What we're gonna do.
Keep it down.
What I figured out is if we put all this red dye into blue bottles, it'll look like purple dye,
They'll never
which
know.
is totally legal.
That's legal. Oh my
The purple
gosh.
stuff from Sunny D commercials.
Totally legal. We'll just walk it right on past you.
Okay, all three of you are as individuals are very interesting. It sounds like the roommates that you guys are like loud, fun guys, but when it comes down to it, you get shit done.
Yeah.
I respect that, like that. I want to know as individuals a little bit. Caden, we got two options. You want to talk about beating the shit out of other men, or your new life as a single man?
We'll go beating the shit out of other men
What if
because
he's like, we'll go beating the shit out of my ex?
it's interesting. I didn't start beating the shit out of other men
Yeah.
until I was in a relationship.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's something I have been brewing on.
Meditative.
I think that is something. I think that the minute you get some puss, you immediately hate other men.
Can't wait to find out what that's like.
Scary. Sounds scary.
You have a lovely, lovely, very kind woman that is
I do.
attentive to you, Cody.
I do have a girlfriend. It's I just like making the joke that
It was a good joke.
It's always good.
I will.
Keep her near you,
I will.
Away
because
from
one day she'll be gone.
Caden's still working.
Caden's like, hey, cherish her, because one day I will have sex with her. That will happen.
No,
So you're. Is it? What is the proper term? MMA fighting, is that the proper term? Because I know some people say like, oh, he's a UFC fighter, but a UFC is just like a company.
yeah, UFC is a company. MMA is just a description of mixed martial arts.
Okay. What would you say yours is?
I'm mainly a grappling guy,
Grappling.
just because I don't.
Like to say jujitsu.
Yeah. Well,
That's the
I don't like to say Jew in general.
Okay, that's
I like to
got
stay
it.
away
Why
from
he was
that.
quiet during that Israel-Palestine question from
Very
earlier.
calm, and we're proud of him for it.
But I wrestled in high school, and that's really why I call it grappling, because a lot of the jujitsu guys that I have run into and like been better than, they're like, oh, you're just good at grappling, and I'm like, if I'm beating you, I'm beating you.
Yeah.
You don't get to be like, well, you're not. You're just grappling. That'd be like if I was like eating pussy, and then she came, and she was like, well, you're just eating pussy. It's like I won. I won.
Because sex is a battle. Don't ever let people tell you it's
true.
about intimacy.
It's true. They have
I
a whole
always
song
win
about it.
first.
Love is a battlefield.
Yeah, that's true. Like, what if you're eating pussy and she's like, oh, you're just like really good with your mouth and hands. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's what it's about, right?
It's a part of my body.
Yeah.
Which part of sex is judo?
Fighting expert, weigh in.
That's really the disposal of the body.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So my favorite
You gotta
part.
throw it. You know, you gotta
Okay.
throw it.
I thought it was going to be more intimate, but okay.
So Steven Seagal.
Well, there really is nothing more intimate than disposing of a body, because you're the last person that gets to see that.
That's a good argument.
If you really, here's what I'm gonna say: if you really love somebody, you'll kill them and hide their body.
Based off of that, I agree with you.
If
I
you
have
really
to.
love someone, you'll kill them and wear their body.
Yeah, it hard cuts. Austin's gone. Caden has Austin's face on.
Isn't that
Man.
something they say about like copying the artist or whatever?
Imitation.
Imitation. So
flattery.
yeah,
Is
putting the
flat.
face on his imitation.
Great
I
artist.
just get, I get his guitar from somewhere.
My arm. Strumming it.
I love that bit. That's so good.
He's
So
got
as
the
a-
puppet.
Puppets on the arm. You got my face on.
So as a competitive fighter, does that ever bleed into your personal life? Do you ever want to solve problems with violence?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. But that was like a long. I was abused by my dad physically.
Oh.
So it's like most of the time when I enter confrontation, immediately my mind is, you're like, what would my dad do? And then you have to be like, well, what would a good person do?
Okay.
And then you have to like talk and like feel your feelings, which is tough.
That is tough.
It is tough, but worth it.
But
It's worth it.
good for you for breaking the cycle.
I haven't had kids yet. I haven't had the opportunity to break
So
one.
the cycle's paused.
Well, we're
Is the-
trying. We're teaching this boy.
If I never, if
Yeah,
I
we give
never
him
get
baby
enough,
dolls and
Yeah.
see if he throws them across the room or not.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good job.
Now, where did it touch you? Where did they touch you, Caden, on this
They're
video?
like, baby.
They did that.
No, that was day one, and he's doing
is
much
that
better.
not love and affection?
That's unconditional love.
Yeah,
That's what they call it.
without conditions.
Well, you just have to get conditioned to the,
See, the conditioning is important.
Condition love.
You guys remember running? They
and
call it
back to
conditioning.
fighting.
It's just-
Conditioning is the most important fighting.
It is the
It's
most
the most important part of
Okay.
fighting.
So really do need like conditional love if you want to keep your love conditioned.
True.
Keep
your
that
hair
love
conditioned.
conditioned. Otherwise, your girlfriend's gonna move to California.
Ooh.
Keep the love conditioned, man. Keep the love. Good for her, but
Dude, she's gonna. I think that she's gonna make one of the best DoorDash drivers in all of California.
Oh yeah.
I think she's gonna crush it.
she's gonna be amazing at doing fentanyl.
Fentanyl. She's gonna make it a nart. She's just a,
I don't know about In and Out if she can cut it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty tight ship.
I tell you what, dude, she's pretty good at in and out. If you know,
Oh,
what
I
I'm
thought you were
saying.
talking about.
If you know what I'm saying, she's pretty good at in and out.
Honestly, I legit thought you were talking about cutting fentanyl. And when you were like, "Don't think she could cut," I was like, "It is a very small piece of thing. It's very true. You do need to have like a micrometer to do some shit like that."
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Anyway, bless her heart. She's doing great.
Great person, amazing.
She's lovely.
She's a
So,
Diphead
as a-
affiliate. She's in one of our videos.
Yeah. She,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Dipheads page the other day. I didn't realize that one with Lizzie had like 2 million views.
Yeah, it's getting pretty up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and it's mostly Jewish people. A lot of Hasids have had an opinion about that video.
We had a whole full holy war in the comments.
It's gotten pretty spicy in them chats.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I found out? Because my podcast clip, one of the clips I posted a couple weeks ago, has like 600,000 views. Here's what I figured out about the ones that like get a lot of views. It's always the ones that can be interpreted controversially.
That's right.
Because my clip was like me making a joke, but everybody in the comments, it's like they didn't even see the joke. All they saw was the thing before where the guy said that skinheads wear Hawaiian shirts. And then it's literally hundreds of comments of people calling each other the most vile things like, "You fucking retard! You don't know anything about Nazis!
Yeah.
My dad fought the Nazis!" I'm like, what?
It's all the Jimmy Buffett fans. They're just
Wear pirate shirts.
freaking out. Yeah, they're freaking out.
I'm like, I think it's just a joke. I don't know.
Every Jimmy Buffett fan is a Nazi. That's confirmed.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett, you piece of shit. Sorry, I'm not. I hate that guy. He sued my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow.
Okay, wait, I don't know about that.
Deep on this.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett sued your friend?
Yeah. So
Let me guess. Your friend, it was 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Trying to copyright this.
This
in
is
some way.
crazy. He opened up a pretty successful dispensary.
Whoa.
And it was called License to Chill.
Okay.
And they were open for like years, and then it's like getting some traction, and then they get like this thing in the mail where they're like, Jimmy Buffett just opened up some weed stores, and he's got a song called License to Chill and something and something something, so you guys got to change your name. And he was like, there's no way I'm getting sued by Jimmy Buffett. This is crazy. So he just like didn't really fuck with it. He was just like, okay, somebody is pranking me. That's funny. And he just then he got another one. And then he was like, am I getting sued by Jimmy Buffett?
Oh, no.
And then he straight up had to go to the thing, and he lost the name. And so he changed the name of his
Yeah, man, he's gonna find
his
some way to.
dispensary.
He changed the name to Fuck Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Jimmy
That would be
Buffett's
great.
dead, and I'm stoked about it.
But Jimmy Buffett had to figure out some way to fix that broken flip flop, man.
Dude,
He needed that
it's
money.
expensive, man. Yeah, so that's
It
the
took me a second.
yeah, that's yeah. I'm trying to remember the new name of the place, but it's not as good as License to Chill.
Certification to relax.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I
You
really
should get it back now.
all of these are great because dispensaries are like shitty band names at this point.
Badge to help you nap. This
Allowance to take it easy. It could be anything.
I love this game.
You know the name of a place? You know those like wine and paint places, like Put a Cork, or not Put a Cork, the place next door, Pino's Palette.
Yeah.
So
It's
where
like
you do
wine and
yeah.
paint and chill and
There was one in Edmond that just opened up. I swear, I shit you not, the name of it is Oops, I Arted.
That's great, dude. Yeah, there's a gas station in Choctaw called Oops, and I'm always trying. I'm like, let's Poops gas station over there. Like, I can't call it anything else.
That is really funny. Man, Jimmy Buffett, yeah, damn.
Yeah, so then he died,
He should get the license to chill back.
Yeah.
But I waited.
I don't know if it went to his
I was like, didn't Beastie Boys
his
license to
cheeseburger in
ill?
Paradise Estate. It probably went to his Lost Salt Shakers.
Question about fighting. Do you think you could beat Jimmy Buffett in a fight now that he's dead?
No.
No?
Set it
I
up.
assume there's some paranormal powers that you get as a dead
It's
man.
just like the Ghost Rider. He's on
Yeah.
a bike and everything.
versus Jimmy Buffett.
Hey, bud, I
I got a real good fight lined up for you. You're gonna love it. You're gonna really love it. In fact, it's Jimmy Buffett. He's old as fuck. You're gonna be able to fight the shit out of him, buddy.
Coach,
Yeah.
isn't Jimmy Buffett dead?
Incredibly dead. Super duper dead. He is dead as balls, but he's back. He's kind of ghostly, and he's got a bit of a cool Hawaiian shirt that he's flying around on. And
so he's a Nazi.
He's very, he's
Then
fuck
now
this
I'll
guy.
fight
We
him.
gotta fight him. He's a Nazi.
Now I'll fight him.
One could argue that if somebody is dead, you can't KO them. So the fight might be impossible to win.
I just pick up his hand and be like,
Well, I mean,
tap.
Unless,
Well, if he's a ghost,
What if his unfinished business was to get in a boxing match
and lose?
or just be in the ring?
Just
and then,
be in there.
I mean, Tyson looked pretty dead against Jake Paul. I mean,
That was a bummer.
yeah, they called that a KO too.
I think Jimmy Buffett was Mike Tyson. That
yeah,
day.
that was just
He
the
possessed the
soul
Jimmy
of
body.
Buffett
Jimmy
in blackface.
That's what that
Wasting
trip
on
was.
the
That's when
way.
Jimmy Buffett jumped into his soul. Right then, just bam, right into his body.
We're wasting away my breath. Sorry, I can't do a Tyson.
Jimmy's sitting there with all the other dead guys. He's like, watch, I'm going to make Mike Tyson show his ass on TV.
That was the craziest part.
Yeah,
That
so
was.
it was like Jimmy Buffett's ghost, is still drunk, and it's just I'm gonna get in this guy's body.
Eating
They're gonna
cheeseburgers.
look at my ass.
Austin, you were talking earlier about how you are a school teacher. You teach middle school, right?
yeah.
That is a. I remember I was very weird at that age.
Yeah.
Is that still? Are kids of that age still weird?
It's incredible how weird these kids can be.
What are the weirdest things these kids say?
Well, okay. There's so much. There's
You've been learning slang.
yeah. Well,
That's valuable.
one of the things, like, they don't think that any adults have the internet or like know about pop culture things. So like one of these kids, whenever they're, like, remember All Sports Day? Like whenever, like, we're gonna have like a sports day
yeah.
thing. We're gonna, so they're having their sports day and they get to pick their team name for this group. They're like homeroom group, and one of the kids, their color is gonna be pink, right? They just get to wear pink shirts for their thing, and this kid's like, we could be the Pink Gooners.
Great name.
Honestly, a really strong name.
Very sturdy, very funny name. And
I was gonna go with the Cotton Labius. That's even better.
Fruit of the Ungroomed. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's a shirt. honestly.
That is good.
Yeah, and so the kid just didn't think that anybody knew what that meant that was like over the age of 18 or whatever. And I'm over there like, nah. And there's the other teacher that's like in charge of like making sure that, all right, who wants to run this one, who wants to run this one, who's like, a little kind of administration
Yeah.
is in there doing all that. And she's a bit older, and when he said that, and she was like, Pink Gooners, okay, and she's like going to what's that, and she looks over at me and I go, it's not good. don't write that down. Please don't write that down. And that's that is the hardest part of the job, is to lie and not laugh because of how breakneck hysterical some of the stuff is. And as soon as I lean into the truth of like, yeah, it's pretty advanced humor, man, then they're not going to want to do the boring assignment.
Yeah.
Like compared to comedy, we all agree that whatever in 7th grade, who cares? Like Tech 7, cool. I'm glad they're here. We're learning about things that they can Google. And like I'm forcing them through. They have to do schoolwork, They have to have something to show for that they're learning. And, that it's just it can be tricky. But dang it, if they're not the funniest. Like the bullying's great.
How do kids bully these days?
Oh man, in kind of like a bizarre, complimentary, messed up way. Like one of the kids is weird. He's one of the only white kids. It's like 98% Hispanic kids.
Whoa.
And that adds to the funny by far. It's so because they're not politically correct. There's zero wokeness in any of the so they're just flying off the handle with stuff that your grandparents would say. You're like,
I think we don't be the
Dude, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Edgar. I like him. The kids are and the most difficult ones are my favorite. But because I was that kid that was like, I'm bored. Let's get up. Let's walk around the room.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're in trouble now. Okay, sorry. Dang it. So like the bullying. Oh man, one kid was just like, it'll be like, hey, so and so, did you get a BBL? Just to like a dude, just a weird dude. Be like, hey, no, it looks good.
Damn. These kids rule.
That is funny.
What was the spelling bee story?
Oh yeah. So first
the
of all,
spelling
having
bee.
a spelling bee with a bunch of kids whose English isn't all their first language, phenomenal. And then okay. So she's going through these words to do the spelling bee, and you're able to ask for in a sentence or a definition.
I got a question. What if the words were all like deportation?
Bro,
It's not far off.
it's not far off, my guy. I'm not joking. She was like, all right, Rodrigo, your word is immigrant.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry, your word is immigrate. And I was like,
Wow.
you could have just stuck it. Whatever. And Rodrigo was like, oh, and a couple of the other kids were like, Jesus Christ. And a little white lady did it, so just like,
Who's picking these words?
the man. I don't know who the man is, but it's the man. And
Rodrigo, your word is immigrant. I know.
but she said it like, Rodrigo, immigrant.
Here.
Presente.
She had another one about meat or something?
Yeah. Then shortly after that, the word was pulverize.
Whoa.
And then the kid goes, can you use it in a sentence, please? And she goes, I pulverized my meat before cooking it.
I'm 29 and that's funny. I can't imagine
And
seventh
she
graders.
repeats it slowly. I pulverized my meat
Slowly,
before
it's crazy.
cooking it. And I'm just like,
Out of pocket.
so cool, lady. And so the thing ends.
Rodrigo's like, oh, and we can't be the pink gooners?
Yeah, come on.
This monster. And so she leaves. That part's over, and we're going over some things, and there's all the hype has kind of died down, and then one of the kids is just like, Mr. A, did you get the joke earlier? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes, the pulverized thing. And I went, why did she have to say it like that? And then all the kids just were like, I knew you got it. I saw your face. I saw your face. I was like, yeah, that's super funny. Man, the kids are gonna lose it. Another reason why I shaved my head was because it's the last week of school.
Yeah.
And so whenever I come back this week, they're gonna be like, "Ah!" And that's gonna be like the last, little hurrah thing. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I've always looked like
this is how my hair has been.
I told him if he shaved the beard, it'd be like my dad.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
you
doing-
remember when your dad shaves your beard and you're like, who the fuck are you?
I won't do that because I have to look at me. That's cool.
You can just tell the kids the hair came with the bandana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
was
didn't
just
wear
all
my
connected.
bandana today. Oh yeah, I just didn't wear my bandana today. Like your hair though. I'm like, oh, that was the bandana.
Yeah.
Got ya.
Because they have
what we're
given you
saying,
shit
Caden?
about that, haven't
Oh
you?
yeah, they did. They were like, why do you wear the bandana? It's a toupee.
I love the idea that all the students in this year, they're going to go to next year and they're going to be like, how was next year's? And they're like, I think my teacher went to prison.
I might just tell them that. We're like, well, we got some bad news. I'm gonna be locked up for a little bit.
Dude, it would be sick if you just had like crazy tattoos when you shave your head and there's just
Fire. All over.
a skull in the top and a clock.
A clown. You got a real creepy clown. It's his essay.
Oh my god! I saw a guy today with barbed wire on his forehead, and I was like,
Oh,
Bob Weir?
barbed wire.
Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, him. I was just like, I thought you had to be a rapper to do that. I was like, and he looked sad. They were going to the bank, and I was like, this can't be good.
Oh, no. Did he rhyme at all in the band?
No.
You just go up to him and you're like, dude, don't even ask for a loan.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, they're gonna say no.
Don't even ask. Go to the drug dealers. Go to the loan sharks where you belong.
You just like bring your phone out. You're like, I just want to see what you do. Just what you do. No worries.
you get your phone out. You're like, hey, check your checking account. Tell us what's in there.
Like,
You're like, I thought you could only get barbed wire if you were a rapper. He's like, nah, you gotta kill one, motherfucker.
That's what he did. He's like, Post Malone's next.
I thought you were supposed to have like the teardrops, and he's like, he puts up his hand, and it's like an eye with like teardrops running down his arm.
His elbow.
That would be kind of cool. That would be badass.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That would be sick.
Whenever I get around to it.
Instead of the Joker hand on the mouth, he's just got the eye.
Yeah, that would honestly be kind of hardcore. It's like the eye with the teardrops. Damn.
Other than that, best burn has been the kids just Google Street viewing each other's homes.
And just talking shit.
Just roasting their houses from Google Street View. Like, hey, Edward, you gotta clean up your yard, man. And I'm just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't have a yard, dude.
Oh my god.
God,
Got him again.
He's like, well, you don't have a father.
Your dog looks like it's about to die.
Your dad looked like he about to die. They both
like,
died.
Oh, your yard looked that bad and you Mexican.
This is getting really, really offensive, you guys. And no, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Why is the grass growing around your lawnmower? It's broke down. That's why.
Dude, getting on Google Street View to roast your 7th grade classmates is diabolical.
It's so crazy. And one of the other ones is they're like, "What are you living next to?" Like that's it's a great place. And
I love the idea that maybe they're really sophisticated internet users, and they're like, I looked you up on Street View, and according to government records,
Actually,
your property is on assisted living.
In fact, I look closer. You're not even supposed to go to this school. You're in the wrong. Yeah. And then
I looked at the district lines, and due to gerrymandering, you're in the wrong school, essay.
There's one Patriot kid that's just like calling ICE every day. He's like, guess what I'm fucking doing?
he's just on Google with his headset. It's like, yeah, I got some stuff to say. They did. Oh man, they picked on this one kid real good, and I mean, sometimes I feel like they ask for it. You know, there's this some where I see myself in all of the kids across the board. Where I'm
Hopefully
like,
not literally.
no. The lights are off. No, sorry, that was
Send us pictures.
that was bad. You can't see anything. So
He's like, my finger was on the lens. I was too excited.
Black lights, bro. I forgot what I was talking about. You sons of bitches.
You were talking about they got one kid really good bullying wise, but he might have been asking for it. You see yourself in there.
So it's kind of like every person is kind of like their main character in their own story type of thing. So and everybody's being taught through media and everything to stand up for yourself. And everybody has the weird view of what main character they are.
Yeah.
And when you're in middle school, it's like the most movie crazy Saved by the Bell version of nonsense world where any day could turn everything around. And so everything's super dramatic and all over the top. And so like when kids like become a cartoon character sticking up for themselves, it's like, that's not working, dude. You're not.
How dare you say that to me?
Or any type of power.
My mentor told me to never back down.
Yeah. There's lots of that. There's lots of powering up. You see,
Oh my God.
so he could power up before he gets his ass beat. That's
Dragon Ball Z shit.
It's kind of
Just getting his. What's the power
there's
up?
different ways.
You're lucky I'm at a chakra, otherwise I'd bring out my shadow clones.
Yeah, there you go.
It gets pretty wild.
He's the anime fan. I was like, I'm looking at Caden to see this.
Have you seen my harem jutsu?
and you just, I don't know what to do with you, man. Like, This is not doing you any favor. They don't actually have to say anything.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I can just imagine like some 7th grade kid, like some bully's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass," and he's like,
Not if I channel the power of my ancestors.
Oh no!
Grandfather, why have you forsaken me?
The kid's like, give me 10 minutes.
I'm like, and then
I call upon Jimmy Buffett.
and then after that, I get to also be in like the in school suspension, like the ISD, like
"Oh,
part
wait,
of my
I
job.
thought a little more. Sorry."
Yeah, no, hit it.
I call upon the power of Jimmy Buffett. I'm gonna sue your ass.
All right, sorry. ISS.
Yeah, so I'm sure anybody ever been there. It's in
I
school.
actually have.
Really?
Yeah, I know that would surprise you, but I was
Somewhat actually.
I
What'd you do? What'd you do?
It was actually really stupid. I was talking too much in class because there was a girl that I liked sitting next to me, and the teacher had it. And he said, "You're going in school suspension." And then the other time I got it, it was at our
What grade was that?
This was both senior year of high school.
Screw you, dude.
I know. It was very embarrassing. Senior year of high
Senioritis.
school.
Dude, that's good. That's good. That's a good time to get it.
Our rivalry high school football game, I thought it would be really funny. There was like a construction zone near the like football field, and they had like a temporary stop sign. So I brought it into the game, and then after we beat them, I ran out on the field and was like, "We stopped you." And they were like, "That is not cool. You'll be going to
Like,
Honestly, a
suspension."
felony.
All right. Yeah, we got.
And they're like, "That pun was not." They're like, "Not only did you violate the code of conduct of sportsmanship, that joke sucked."
That really is why we're putting you in
In
this.
fact, you're not even in trouble for the stealing.
Yeah, it's really poor use of pun.
Be better.
Yeah. Anyway, you were talking about ISS.
Yeah, no, I like that. So the funniest thing is that like they trade off the teachers that go and work in ISD, right?
Okay.
Throughout. So it's like assigned like lunch duty, you know,
Okay.
that type of thing. And you just gotta go in there and monitor these same kids that you fought with previously. And it's like, who lost and who won here? I'm here
That's
too.
true.
You know, like what there's something poetic about sitting in school detention as a teacher knowing like, I didn't do anything wrong. But I got the same punishment as these kids.
You actually got punished for upholding the law.
Exactly. Yeah, and so I do a lot of art in that room. Just a lot of that.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I ever was. That's like you had to be. It was during school.
Yeah, it was like in school
Never.
suspension.
I got a Saturday one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
tough.
that was about it.
What'd you do then?
Me and my buddy broke. It was like one of those poles that holds a trash can, but the trash can was broken off of it, and so we were just rocking that pole back and forth and trying to rip it out of the ground.
Nice. Dude, you have the best story. Okay, this leads perfectly to I wanted to ask you told a story at one of the mics the other night.
Yeah.
You basically you were trying to preach to the people. You're like, "Guys, meth is not what they tell you." You're like, "First of all, you can get fat on meth."
Yeah.
Which is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. What about your meth experience do you want to share?
I mean, whatever you got any questions? Yeah.
How do you get to meth? I see, because I've never even had a sip of alcohol. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even know how to find it.
Well, it.
I'll send you a pin. I'll send you a pin.
It really has to do with things
One of your
being.
7th graders on Google Street View.
Yeah, it's just a pin of the school.
I actually know one of those. No, it's really things being illegal.
Yeah.
Like you just run into people you shouldn't run into, and then, if it wasn't illegal, then I'd just go to a store and buy it from someone. But like I was just buying weed, and I actually was just getting a ride to work for my buddy every day as a valet in the city.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey," and I was giving him shit because I knew he was doing meth, and I was like, "Stop doing this, man. It's so bad for you."
You're ruining your life.
Yeah,
now.
all that. And then I was like dog tired of where he's like, "I gotta wait and pick it up at Tinseltown parking lot," which is
Yeah.
a movie theater if people don't know.
That is a great
So
movie. I love that
Tinseltown.
movie theater. Yeah.
And
Another
so
location of pickup.
I was like, I don't. All right, fine. I guess I got irritated. We were there for hours, and then I just took a nap in his car, and he woke me up, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I got it. We're gonna go home. Do you want to do some?" I'm like, I was dog tired. I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'm fucking tired, and I'm pissed off, and this will probably fix it all." And
This definitely won't make things worse.
yeah.
I mean, it does fix the pissed off and tired part.
Yeah, immediately. No, it was immediately. So we snorted it. It crushes up rocks.
That's what I was gonna. I'm
Yeah,
so naive.
it's
Do
pretty
you
brutal.
snort, smoke, inject? Like, what is the?
And so I never injected anything. That was
Okay.
like my main rule.
No, me neither. No.
Yeah, and
not even insulin.
not insulin.
And if I have to, I won't.
I have had a blood test, and I'm not pre-diabetic.
There we go, baby.
Yeah, but
For you.
yeah, I never injected. So it's like crystals.
Okay.
And you break them up with a credit card or something, and then you on a CD.
or a mortar, or
Cakes.
a real fine mortar and pestle.
Yeah, that was later.
You're
Well,
classy.
Guacamole bowl.
no, later we did have this table, a chunk of granite that we snorted. That was classy.
That is
But-
classy.
But he's like, it's gonna hurt like someone shoved a red hot iron up your nose for 20 seconds.
Jesus.
And I was like, okay. And I do it, and I'm like, fuck. It's like if you ever had a
There's
sinus,
that iron I was telling you
yeah,
about.
sinus infection immediately. And I'm counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and I get to 20, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is like Adderall times 1,000. This is like the best feeling ever. I feel like, can you imagine if we played football on this? Because this is the guy I used to play football with. This is
I
after-
gotta say, when you finished your countdown and you said, "Oh," I saw it in your
Yeah.
eyes. I was like, "I'm with you, right?
Yeah,
I can feel it
I
hitting."
saw you go and you look like this is the best. It's the best. I gotta say it's the best. It's the best.
And yeah, and I
do
wasn't.
drugs.
I was in pretty good shape then. It was right out of football practice, powerlifting, and all that. And then really just got down to I stopped working out, and would just do meth and stay up for 3 days and not eat, go to work and stuff.
So that part is real. You stay up for.
Yeah, you stay. Oh, so the first time it was.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stay up, man.
I was like, it just goes, doesn't it? And I remember texting him like, bro, it doesn't. And he's like, yeah, you're gonna be up for the next 2 days. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh, okay. And I went home and started watching Breaking Bad,
I want to know more about this.
and that actually fucked me up. Like, it spiraled me out, like in a way, like the first time where I was like, oh, this is kind of giving me what they talk about, all that paranoia. Watching this shit, stop that. And then. I kept this from. I live with my dad, and I just kept it from him. And then, if you ever asked what was wrong with me, I'd be like, "Oh, it's just Adderall. I'm taking Adderall." And then he's like, "Why don't you ever have any for me?" And I'm like, "We did it all, Dad. Sorry."
Sorry, Dad.
I was like, "I'm never gonna give my dad meth.
That's so funny.
He has heart problems."
Yeah.
Very noble.
And
Would you have given him Adderall?
yeah, if I had Adderall, I'd give him
Totally.
that. Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's
but,
very noble.
But he was like, "It's so
It's a shape.
It's really just the whole. Where are you getting it from? I don't want to tell him yet. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leads to you do it, and then after a certain period, you're like, oh, I realize that I have to do more to feel the same.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, I don't want to keep doing that. That's the thing about like heroin and alcohol and Xanax. You take it and you have to like withdraw off of it, or you'll just die. Coke and meth, you can just fucking deal with a little depression and pain, and it'll go away after. Like the pain in your bones from just being awake, that's really what it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like your body just hurts from like soreness because you just stand for fucking 72 hours.
Checking.
Yeah,
You're
and,
getting in like 260,000 steps a day.
and it's funny because it got me into yoga. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, like I stretch. I was like,
They're not gonna get me.
before I knew what
just picturing Zach like arching.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
He's still very, very limber.
Yeah, it really helps the back when you're tweaked out for 72 hours. You're like,
The shadow people aren't gonna give me.
it was.
If I'm in downward dog, they can't see me.
And then I would read like, so me and my buddy would, in high school, we did like every drug you could probably think of that was like a kid could get in contact with. So like
Smarties.
air duster, Robitussin, Robotrip and shit. And then like,
Casey Rocket.
yeah. I know exactly what Casey's talking about. And then,
The tuss.
yeah, the tuss. Dude, yeah. My buddy and me first did that in school, and he thought he was a wizard. And then I thought I was Shaggy. You know, like Mr. Boombastic, Mr. I was literally just going
that's
out
Shaggy.
all day.
I was expecting.
Yeah,
I was
no,
thinking
all day I'm
Scooby-Doo
just
Shaggy.
like smooth, just like a the whole day and just having the best time at school.
Wow.
And
Did it get worse?
yeah, Robitussin just everyone would always be like, Zach, how do you keep it down? We always throw up. I'm like, I don't know. I got an iron stomach or something. But everyone else would throw up, and I'd keep it down, and it hits when you keep it down.
Damn.
But yeah, we did that. Like, he huffed gas, the pass out game, all this shit.
Whoa.
And like,
what's the pass out game?
Oh, the pass out game.
I've
Yes.
never heard of any of this stuff.
two high schoolers or middle
Shelters.
schoolers choking each other out.
Yeah.
And if you like get knocked out, you can go into like you're dying. It's a euphoric
Yeah.
state. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
like there, you can Google this. You can look it up. You can YouTube how to pull this off.
There's all kinds of kids falling
but-
face first into tables like
But
this.
it's it's to
Wow.
get like a head rush, right? And so the a lot of them. I remember a kid, fucking Kevin. He did this in 8th grade in U.S. history.
It's a good class to do it in.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sanders. Yeah, I think it was anyway. And we're watching a movie, and some Civil War movie, and he's telling me about this, and so he's like, "Watch." And so the lights are out. We're watching a movie, right? And he doesn't have one of the back bars. Like, you know how on the desks when they're connected,
Yeah.
there's sometimes a bar here.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes down. He did not have the bar.
Oh, he had the
there.
down.
Yeah, there's your foreshadowing.
Oh, boy.
So he leans over and he starts breathing heavily, and he's like, and then he goes straight up and he pushes on his neck right here.
Oh, my
On
gosh.
both sides.
Like blocking the arteries?
Yeah, just
Oh,
push. And then you just see his eyes roll back, and then he just goes whoop, and he hears his good old on the floor, and like, you know when a head hits concrete and that shallow kind of hollow sound.
it echoes. It echoes real good.
That's inside the head that you're hearing, and it's kind of echoing out their mouth. That's the sound. And so he's now backwards, over the back of his thing because he fell back. And I'm like, Kevin, you gotta wake up. And he's like, and then he comes to all back, and then he kind of freaks out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the whole world's upside down. And
they'll talk about like I've been somewhere for like years and shit. Yeah.
he kind of like is twitching and rolling around, and then he like gets back up to his seat, and then Mr. Sanders like, Kevin, quit horsing around. Like, he just like might have met God for a second. Like, that was crazy.
But yeah,
And he's like rubbing his head. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, Mr. Sanders, the horse is a figment of your imagination.
I think if you do that and you die, you don't meet God. You go to hell. You go to hell.
that's purgatory.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
what
you get a little
purgatory's for.
short conversation with God. He's like,
you
weren't
meet
such
God
an
and he's like,
idiot.
you found the off button. Good for you.
Easy, you dummy.
We doing all that stuff in high school, we would research. We're about the same age, so we would just Google whatever.
Yeah.
How do you do this drug? How do you do that? And so like after high school, I started doing meth, and I was like, let me see if there's a Reddit page on people doing meth, and I found it.
Whoa.
And it's just like a whole bunch of tweakers that have been doing it for years, and they're like, yeah, I've been doing a paint and all these. I was an electrician, so it was like, oh, these are my guys. These are construction guys. So this is who I need to listen to. And they're like, eat fruit, protein, and like take vitamin C. And I was just like, okay. So I would like always try to like get a banana in. And my grandpa had vitamin C pills that I would just take every once in a while.
Whoa.
And I found out that if you do want to end the meth high, take a shitload of vitamin C and it'll just wham, lights off. It worked. That's a real thing.
It's crazy that's like the opposite with weed and mushrooms.
Yeah.
The more vitamin C you take with weed
It
and mushrooms,
flushes it out of your system, and then you're just like, like, because the whole point of meth, what it's doing in your body is it doesn't know what to fucking do, so it's just bouncing around. And like, there's some people that like they pee in a jar and they can drink it and they're high again on meth, like because it literally doesn't know how to process. So
I
it's-
mean, most people can pull that off.
Yeah.
There's some people that do.
yeah. I remember there was a whole comedian, Jessa Reed, at
They've talked about that.
she had a whole this is not happening story about it where she drank her own meth pee. Yeah.
not to cut you off,
That is
but
punk ass name right there, dude.
it's so funny that you're like, these are my people, and it was electricians that were doing meth. Because one time I had a productivity check at my work, and this guy named Chewy, he was honestly whipping my ass. He's a lot more productive than me.
Why did he call him that?
Well, he's Mexican.
Chewing on his tongue.
That's good.
But they brought us in and they were like, Caden, you need to be more productive. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can always be a little bit more productive. And I was like, why do you say that? And they were like, well, Chewy's just fucking so much better than you. And I was like, well, Chewy's on fucking meth.
It's not fair.
Like, I watch him do it. And There's no HR department.
It's like that's like saying sorry. Mark McGuire hit more home runs than me.
Yeah.
You know, he had help.
He doesn't take lunch breaks. How the fuck can I compete with this? Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, and
So okay, how did you? I understand, from what I understand, meth is very addictive. How did you stop?
well, like I said, so the eating and thing, I would just eat garbage, and I would never I would eat fruit like while I was on it, but then when I get off, I'm like, it's time to smoke some weed and go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like I would flip. I'm like, I'm a full stoner now. I don't want to do that fucking crazy shit right now. I want to chill out.
Yeah.
And then
It's not me anymore.
basically I had to my dad was like, well, what's the deal, man? Something's up with you. And then I just confessed
You're
to
like,
him.
Dad, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Nah,
I do math.
He's like, thank God.
That's the thing about Tiger King. It's lies. Is those guys were just gay. I did plenty of math. Was around gay guys. Didn't want to do gay shit. Those guys were just gay and wanted to fuck creepy Tiger King.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your dad was saying, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I told him, and then he just was like, all right. He actually did the coolest thing. He was like, I'm sorry. This is my fault.
Whoa.
Because he's like, I should have been paying attention more, which is the best thing you could possibly hear from your dad in that situation. Because I'm like, yeah, I need help. And I didn't go to rehab or nothing. Just, I told him, he's the only one that knew. I cut off some friends. I'm friends with them again now because they're all off of it. But I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't keep doing this. And then I stopped talking to them. And then he just was like, look, you did this. I'm not going to trust you for a year. There's anything you do, anytime you go out, I'm like, well, you going to go do some meth? Seriously, I got in a car wreck a couple years later, and he was like, are you on meth? And I'm like, no, I just left work. How? And I never wrecked on meth. I've always wrecked sober.
My reaction time was incredible.
Yeah, it was the best to
It's
drive.
impossible to
I
ride.
understand why
I know
truckers
every
do
wreck
it,
that could have happened.
because you're just locked in. I mean, they saw me driving through a rainstorm the other day, and that was flashbacks.
It was very calming.
It's flashbacks to I love that shit. Just driving through crazy shit. I'm like, I like driving, but
I just imagine you're on meth and you want something to do, so you go out onto the roadway and your reaction times are so good. You're just preventing other wrecks. You're
Yeah.
just driving around
Yeah. yeah,
Just want to let you know that you got a light out over here. That could be a possible problem.
blasting
You
fucking
pull over a cop.
blasting Eminem. I just don't give a fuck.
That is a great song.
Yeah, Eminem was the shit on meth. You're like, I understand this guy. Everyone's like, I don't like the Relapse album. I fucking love the Relapse album.
Yeah.
All the slasher stuff.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, all the voice.
Yeah, you're tweaked out. You're like, this is the coolest shit
I guess they
ever.
must have killed them.
Taking my ball and going home.
After a while, I eventually was like, Dad, I think I could smoke weed. And he was like, all right, if you think so. And then started smoking weed. And then anytime I'd get the urge, I would sneak it every once in a while and do it again. And then be like, this isn't fun anymore. Because I'm like, I feel really bad. Because I confessed to my sins. And now it's just this feels bad. And then and you just go home and jerk off alone. So that's where you feel bad. You're like, oh, it's been 8 hours. It's time to get up and go to work. I didn't ever go to sleep. I just been fucking with this gummy worm.
Cranking my piglet.
Beating this snake to death.
And it would be I never heard of
Back
Mac.
hurts.
I never called
Sore.
it Max stimming until now, and I didn't know that's what it was, but I'd be on meth, jerking it with some kind of raunchy fucking Boogie Nights on TV, and then just watching porn. So I just have crazy shit on, and then maybe some music in there. I don't know.
I believe that's called the Trucker Hotel Special. That's exactly what it is.
And this is what, it was
That's
just.
called what we do after the open mics.
Max Steel.
And then so how I got off of meth was anytime I had an urge to do harder drugs than weed, I would just be like, all right, it's time to go get a 6-pack and just drink this whole thing down.
Hey, we're working one level down at a time.
And that's kind of where I'm at now is I just drink beer.
Yeah.
And I haven't really figured out how to stop that yet. But yeah.
Coke Zero, that
Yeah,
could be.
yeah. Well, I drink a lot of Diet Coke too. So. But yeah, I have a whole bit where my thing is I would go to a parking lot right after work, and I didn't have really good service at home.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to watch these shows. I was watching NYPD Blue, The Wire. And I'd get a 12-pack and just sit in a Walmart parking lot, drink beers, and get really in the headspace of a detective.
Yeah.
And just be looking around that's a fucking crackhead. I know that. Yeah. I know.
Let's see where he's going.
And then it no joke, I'm like, that's a divorced mom dropping kids off to dad, and like all this shit, and then full drug deals. Like one guy a car pulls up here, one guy gets out in the car, gets back into the car. I'm like, this is so fascinating. Just sitting here drinking, watching this.
I like the idea that anytime Zach ingests any substance, he's Bradley Cooper from Limitless. It doesn't matter what it was. He drinks a beer.
When
He's
you
like,
do meth,
that car's about
I
to
love
wreck.
that movie on meth because I was like, this is that. Whatever he's doing is this.
You're like, they didn't need to make a movie. This is just meth.
Yeah.
Time to rip a line of Popeye's spinach.
Yeah, that's the thing is at first you're kind of getting stuff done, and then really what you're doing is you got like 8 projects that you never accomplish. You're
I
just
picture you in that Walmart parking lot. You like have binoculars. You're like taking notes.
Yeah.
A crime happens. The cops show up. You get out of the car like, officers, I've been here for an hour. I arrived on the scene. I'm not even just what happened.
It's in triplicate.
I'm watching a scene from NYPD Blue, and I'm crying drunk in a truck, and I'm like, I know what these cops are going through. How can anyone hate the police? They don't understand the trouble.
They're putting something in Bud Light to make people like cops.
Dude, I swear
They're
to
doing
God.
that. You had 3 Bud Lights. That's
My thing. I was like,
other
once
bit.
I've had 3 beers with me, I like cops. I want to go up to him and be like, what up, bro? And dap him up.
That's really
Thank
funny.
you for your service.
Yeah, I have the whole thing about that. Yeah.
You know what you do is really important, man.
I mean, I've done that at the fair. Like, thank you for your service is like what he said.
I love saying. I thank everybody for their
And-
service
and
in
it's-
all sorts of places.
My friends are like, that's not what you say. And I'm like, I like them. Thank you.
I didn't do anything mean to me.
When I'm at jujitsu or fighting or anything, I scout the cops and the military guys just to test myself. If we ever need to revolt,
Yeah, you gotta be
I got to be prepared.
Rambo First Blood ready.
And they run out of bullets.
Yeah. I always love this like I gotta be prepared for a drone. Are you prepared for a drone?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get prepared for drones. Guys, got a drone coming in. I'm gonna what is it? Grapple. I'm gonna grapple it later.
I'm gonna grapple that drone. I bet I can get a single leg on that.
And it's not even like the big ones anymore. They have drones that are like those ones that we can buy.
Yeah.
And they're just bombs. They just
my
fly in
gosh.
real fast and blow your fucking car up.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, without even the drones or anything, the biggest thing is like, I mean, I could do anything I wanted against the military, but all they'd have to do is just bring like 2 people. You bring another person, I'm trying to choke that guy out. He's just behind me. He's like,
I found a stick. Threat neutralized.
You're like Jackie Chan, you have a stool and you're like, I can take them both. If you have a stool, you're fine.
I will say you were telling it in a really funny way, but the fact that you were able to like get off meth, very few people can do that. You should be very proud. That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
impressive. That's incredible.
Yeah.
A round of
mad
applause
cool.
for Zach. That is very hard to do. Good for you, man.
I think the last time was at Rocklahoma, and that was a really good time.
Yeah, that's
Slipknot was playing, and you're like, this is who it's for.
Yeah, I'll
Like-
grind my teeth to this.
just let that be like the final memory of it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you guys for coming today. This was a lot of fun.
Dude, thank you so much for having us, man.
yeah,
now
this
we're
is
about to go
blessing.
write some jokes and go tell
Yeah.
them to each other.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah, I gotta go grab the guitar.
Yeah.
Game
Yeah,
tour.
check out Dipheads.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
dip
Before
heads.
they go,
Or don't, you know.
Yeah.
whatever.
Dipheads, check Zach on Instagram, the Holy Guinea Pope.
That's me.
Zach Augustus on Instagram.
Zachary
right?
Augustus.
Zachary Augustus, the Holy Guinea Pope. Caden James.
Yep.
Dipheads.
Yeah,
Dip
we
heads.
fixed it now. It's dip.heads. It's not
You
heads.
can
dip.
find
Oh, okay,
it now.
cool. There we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, we hacked into the mainframe.
Yeah.
Very nice. Man, thank you guys for coming
Yeah,
on. Seriously, this was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
You guys have a great group dynamic. Check
You
out the
always make me
Dipheads.
happy, Cody.
Honestly,
Yeah.
straight up.
You guys make me happy.
We don't. I
About
don't
to
know where
make
you
him
get
real happy.
You're driving stuff, and we're
I thought
trying.
you were going for the fist bump.
We're trying. We have to.
That's all I have.
Anyway, we want to like mine whatever that glow that you have is.
I appreciate that.
And
We'll share in
it's-
each other's glow.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Hardest working man in comedy.
Honestly,
Thank you guys.
hands down,
I'll see you guys in like an hour.
dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And audience, we'll see you next week. Thanks again.
I'll see you in an hour.